Madhouse Podcasting Network.
Watch this. I'm gonna do exactly what he said not to do.
I know. So you do what you gotta do, man.
All right.
Fucker.
Hey everybody. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Behind the Mask. I am your host, Scott, along with Jeremy, and our special guest today is Aidan Reece from Haunts in Florida. Aidan, thanks for coming on today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming on. And just to clarify, Haunts in Florida is not an actual haunt.
Dick, I said haunts in Florida. Multiple
Like
haunts.
I said, you said from Haunts in Florida. She is a scare actor from Florida. It's starting off so well already.
Haunts from Florida in Florida. So thanks for being our first East Coast guest. I know I think it's the third time at Charm, right? We tried to schedule you twice before.
Yeah. Is this third or fourth time? I don't know. I feel like I canceled like twice and you guys canceled.
Could be the fourth. But, with time difference too, it's a little bit different. I know it's pushing 10 o'clock on your end of the world there, and we're only here at 6:30. So again, thanks for coming on and kind of working on our time schedule.
Heck yeah.
So, well, let's just get right into it. I know your history. Jeremy kind of read over your notes real quick here. And
I just know you're a baby slider.
Yeah. So yeah, we're just going to say that we're going to go with, you call yourself a baby slider because you're 2 years in. But let's just start from the beginning. Let's start the year. Well, first of all, let's start with what made you decide to become a scare actor / slider and actually come out and audition?
It's actually kind of a funny story. So I rode horses professionally for 15 years, I think. And I decided that I wanted to take a step away from the horse world because it's the horse world. Right. And I wanted to start performing more, particularly stunts and just live stuff. And I got offered this job, though, to go live in the Hamptons for a month, grooming for an Olympic rider. So I was like, yeah, I can go brush horses for a month in the Hamptons.
Right.
Why not? Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah.
So I went and I spent my month, and then I saw auditions for Halloween Horror Nights first. And I was like, be cool if I could make it, but I don't know. And then I saw one for Dark Horizon, and I looked into Dark Horizon and they had sliders. And I was like, I don't know what the hell that is, but it looks like fun and I want to give it a go. So I flew back down to Florida just to audition for Dark Horizon.
You weren't even in Florida when the auditions happened?
I had an apartment. I was in the process of moving down there, but then I got offered the job in the Hamptons, and I was like, you can't pass up a month in the Hamptons.
No.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah. So I went down there and auditioned, and I did like the regular audition first, and then I was like, hey, so I saw this thing called sliders, and I don't know, maybe I could do that too. And the lady was like, yeah, go talk to Scott. It's going to be awesome.
Well, first of all, just so we're clear here, she did not talk like that.
In my head, I was so nervous about auditioning and just being there because I hadn't auditioned since I was 13 years old. Right. And that audition went horribly. Like, I ran off the stage. My dad bought me ice cream. It was awful. So my memory of it is me being like, hi, I'm Aidan, and I don't know what I'm doing.
So, okay. Since you said it went horrible the first time, what did you have any kind of perception of what? Look at her, she's already chuckling, and I have no idea why. Did you have any perception of what you thought the audition might be when you got there? And
No, I had no clue. It was one of those mass cattle calls.
Hmm.
And I showed up and I was so confident. I was like, yeah, I'm going to nail this. They gave me like 3 lines. I got on stage. I was in front of the people and I went, hi, I'm Aidan. Line. Immediately forgot it. And my dumb ass, I was like, I don't need this piece of paper. Like, threw it.
Wait. This is the audition for Dark Horizon?
No. That was when I was 13.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, that's the one that went horribly wrong.
What were you auditioning for on that?
Yeah.
It was just a blanket audition.
For just
A agency, but it was
okay.
one of those that was like linked to Disney, and so if they liked you, you could pay $2,000 to go to Disney.
Gotcha.
So, probably good
sense.
idea.
Sort of.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I like
so So are you basically you're saying is the fear from your 13-year-old audition carried over to your Dark Horizon audition? Now, how old were you then? That's a bad question because you don't ask females their age, but I'm asking you anyway. So how old were you for the
oh man,
Dark
I
Horizon
was
audition?
22, 23.
Okay.
Or 24. I don't know, 20, early 20s.
Okay. So you come into the audition and you ask them what it is, but did you have, like I said, did you have any kind of idea of what to expect? Or were you just kind of like, well, shit, I'm going to just throw it out there and see what happens?
I actually did a lot of research on Dark Horizon and the company before I went.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched YouTube videos of auditions for the Queen Mary.
Okay.
I watched some sliding videos to see what that was all about. I really tried to prepare myself for it and know like what I was getting myself into, but I was still so nervous.
Right. So when you say you did research on Dark Horizon, the company, you're talking about Epic Entertainment, the group that put it together. Yeah, they put it on.
Yeah.
So
if you can, for those of us who haven't seen or been or even auditioned for Dark Horizon, can you tell us the process of that if you can?
Yeah.
She froze.
Your camera's frozen.
You look so enthused too.
Can you guys still hear me?
We can hear you. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can keep talking.
All right. Yeah, I'll come back eventually.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh, hey.
She's like,
I
Oh,
would.
man.
The second I'm off camera, I'm ready. No, it was actually a really pleasant process, especially since I managed to get into the slider group because we did more sliding stuff first. So I got to know a lot of the people, and Scott was there, and I got to know him, and he actually got me like more relaxed and comfortable with doing characters and just physical work. So when we went into the room to actually do the character audition with David Wally, and he had all of these cool kind of games to play. Like one of them, they had walls set up and we had to hide behind the walls, and David and Scott would walk around and we would have to like jump out and do a different jump scare on them, you know? And I was just so much more prepared for that from warming up with Scott. And it went so well. It was, to this day, like my best audition, I think.
That's
like,
actually pretty cool that they reversed it like that. Because yeah, that's usually like an audition. You go in and generally you don't know anybody, and then you have to get you have a very short amount of time to, if you have lines, to prepare for the lines. So it's kind of cool to actually flip it and then go and do the physical stuff first.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's almost kind of like a stunt audition. I remember stunt auditions where you do all the physical stuff first, because clearly if you can't do the physical stuff, then who gives a shit about the acting? You know? So
that's exactly it, Jeremy.
Yeah.
The reason why we had to do that too is we had to see where their physicality was, their athleticism and their potential level was before we could send them to the audition, because if they couldn't do what they were actually coming in to do, we wouldn't have them go to the next phase and actually audition.
Was that strictly for sliders, or was that for everybody?
It was for the slider team.
Just sliders. Okay.
Yeah, because I had a group, I think of 10 that, does that sound right, Aidan? Like 10 people total?
Yeah, I think it was about 10.
Yeah, that came in to try their hand at it.
Mm-hmm.
And some people didn't make it to the audition process.
Mm.
You know, we cut them pretty early.
Yeah. And
then as the audition process went through, once they got their roles, then we really got into it. But Aidan, you can talk about that. It's your experience.
Yeah, it was actually kind of funny because we were like filling out the paperwork and stuff, all of us at the table. And I looked at like all the other people there and I was like, so wait, we got it? Like they said that we have the role, and they were like, yeah, like we're good. And I was like, okay, but is it official? Like, can I call my mom after this? I was so scared they were gonna like take it back afterwards and be like, actually, no, we've thought it over and just it's not gonna work.
Yeah. Parents aren't allowed to know.
Yeah.
Well, I did think about not hiring her. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sure that there was a day, you know, I showed up late a few times.
Yeah, no, here's the thing is the schedule was kind of all over the place, Jeremy, just so you know. It's like we had a set start time, but it was kind of loose because everybody's schedule is a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know, within like 15, 20 minutes of start time, that's when everybody was there. So, well, talk more about your experience with Dark Horizon, you know, like after, you know, from where we audition process to getting you guys going and all that stuff and anything in between you want to talk about. I mean, it doesn't, if you stray off, well, it's okay. You can come back.
Dark Horizon to this day is one of like my favorite sections of my life. It was so much fun.
What's
like,
Dark Horizon Tuesday?
What?
What's Dark Horizon Tuesday?
No, it was one of the best.
Oh,
like,
to this day, she said.
Oh, to this day.
To this day.
I thought you said Tuesday. I'm like, what?
Well, now it's got to be a thing, though.
Yeah, so now it's Dark Horizon Tuesday. So tell us about that.
DH Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah, yes. That is the day that we honor our good Dark Horizon and we drink and be merry. No, what was I saying?
To this day, Dark Horizon was the best experience for you.
Yeah, no, it definitely was because it got my foot in the door with performing again. And honestly, it was a time when I really needed to get in shape. So it really helped with that too. But it was also definitely a lawless land. And the fact that I had never been a scare actor before, and I was given all of this freedom as a slider. It was so much fun. I got away with a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have. And no, it was good though. It was good. And I met, you know, the love of my life in the process.
Nice.
So.
Well, tell us about your first slide at a guest.
Yeah, like opening night.
Terrifying. I gave myself so much space. I think I stood up like 5 feet away from her.
I guess the question
Really?
is, did you actually scare her?
You know, I did because, you know, people hadn't really seen that over here yet.
Okay.
So they like see me like kind of running at them and they're like, that's weird. And then I hit the floor and they completely lost their shit. So it was a good confidence boost for me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
It really
I was
is.
like, so I can do this. And then my mom and dad came because, you know, proud, got to show my parents.
That's right.
And they sat at these picnic tables that were right outside one of the exits for the houses. And it was one of my favorite spots to sit and just like get people because I could like stand at a picnic table and they wouldn't notice. And then I would slide at them. And my parents sat there for probably 2 hours just watching me scaring people coming out of the house.
Nice.
It was great.
So just to backtrack a little bit, Jeremy. So when we were going through training, we did these scenarios for them to where they would either use cones. We'd use cones for people in different forms of slides and stops and whatnot. And then we actually walked in there and deliberately changed direction.
Yeah.
And stopped in front of them to see how they would respond. So it surprises me that you stopped 5 feet from her instead of like within 18 inches.
Now, as the night progressed, I got more confident.
Yeah.
But the first one I gave a lot of space to. But then by the end, I was, coming up to people's chests and then like rolling away or just like stopping and just like give them my spooky face,
It's one thing to slide at someone you've been training with. Like, we never had a trainer. Like, our training was going out in the streets and scaring people. And I remember my first slide, the same thing. I was petrified of going at somebody, so I slid behind them and just kind of scraped my hand, and then like you said, throughout the night you get more and more confident. But yeah, I can imagine like you got really confident with scaring Scott. But it's different when you're scaring someone that you at that point and has been teaching you. It's a little nerve-wracking because you want to make sure you do it correctly, for his sake, and you don't want him to yell at you. But going after a guest, you have other thoughts going through your head. You're like, oh my god, if I hit this person, it's pretty bad. So yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah, I know.
For you two both, I mean, Jeremy got some of my training too, but it was a crash course inside of like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. You got 5 days. So he got a little bit of it, but it wasn't even, my training back then wasn't even developed yet.
No, not at all.
Now it's
Not at all.
Yeah, not at all.
You pretty much just went over the basics. Like it was a side note on my story with him training me was I didn't want to be a slider. And then the following weekend, we decided, my partner and I said, like, yeah, let's slide. And then again, he was just like, go, you do this, don't do this, don't do this. All right, cool, go have fun. And that's how it was for us.
Yeah.
Now
we ran him through the basic steps, and then it's like, okay,
yeah,
have at it.
So now people actually have the luxury of taking the time and having this crash course, and he's giving you a lot of detailed information that can drastically help you. You know? So I think it's pretty rad.
No, it was really cool. It was really cool learning from like the godfather of sliding, You
didn't learn from me. What are you talking about? I'll let him have the title.
You didn't learn from the godfather of sliding. You just learned from me.
You just learned from Scott.
That's it.
So it's kind of funny because there are a couple of places here in Georgia that I've seen have like sliders, and like South Carolina, but I watch them slide and I'm like, oh, Scott would never let someone slide like that.
Oh,
it's so funny that you say in Georgia, because here this whole time I'm thinking you're in Florida.
She used to live in Florida.
I guess So I guess my the question I wanted to ask you earlier, where are you originally from? Are you from Georgia?
Originally from Georgia, and then I kind of bounced back and forth between Orlando and Georgia. And after the COVID like shutdown, me and my boyfriend moved back up to Georgia. So we're living up here trying to do the film stuff. So
cool. Okay, because I hinted a little accent, so I was like, "Where's she from?" That's not a Floridians don't have an accent.
Yeah.
I usually don't get told I have an accent, so that's funny.
It really comes out when you say audition.
I can see that. Yeah.
It sounds like you're saying audition.
Say audition. Say it.
Audition?
Yeah. Audition.
I hear it now and I hate it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to point that out.
Oh God, that's funny.
Vic finds like little words. Like apparently I say antenna weird.
Antenna?
Yeah.
Antenna instead of antenna?
Antenna? I don't know.
As in car antenna?
Yeah.
We can go on for hours and figure out how many words you have an accent on.
So okay, we're still in the Dark Horizon phase. I mean, tell us a little bit about how the course of that. I mean, it's kind of a bummer that event only happened 1 year. As far as I know, that property is shut down now completely. The hotel.
I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah. For those of you, the viewers that are watching, in case you didn't know, Dark Horizon was in Orlando in the hotel parking lot of I think it was a Holiday Inn, something like that.
No, it was the Nickelodeon Hotel.
There you go.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then after that, they didn't bring it back, and then the hotel shut down.
Hmm.
So that was a side note. But so tell us how that your first year actually continued to, you know, I mean, was there any twists and turns? You're like, I don't want to do this, or I want to keep doing this, and you know, all the nitty gritty stuff.
There was more, I want to keep doing this throughout the years than the other way around. Like, you know, obviously the first like couple weeks I was so sore and exhausted, and I had actually started working at a place in Disney Springs at the time.
Oh geez.
Yeah, so I was pulling shifts there, but luckily when I accepted the job, I told them that I had a haunt that I was working at, so they were willing to work with me on that. But I was there at, 10 o'clock in the morning, and then going straight from there to Dark Horizon.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was exhausting.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed being at Dark Horizon more than I did the restaurant.
Yeah, it's like a stress release. Yeah.
It definitely was, especially after, spending all day with like Disney moms and then getting to go and like be mean to people and get paid for it.
Yep.
It was nice. It was really nice.
Yeah. There was a time when I did haunt, I was a shuttle driver for Residence Inn, and I used to shuttle them to Disneyland. Back and forth. The job was amazing, but the people freaking blew.
Yeah.
Worse.
Especially when you're picking them up at night. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, and they're all
They're all
tired.
cranky.
It was the worst. Cranky kids and, yeah. So
yeah. I once had a lady tell me that I was starving her children to death because their table wasn't quite ready yet.
Were you a hostess?
Yeah. It was awful.
Yeah, like, yeah, that's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Feed them a carrot.
People are.
Yeah, I was like, I could maybe get you some bread.
Yeah.
Disney
Springs is actually a really cool area, though, Jeremy. I don't know if you've ever been there, but you have.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this bar there called Hangar Bar.
Mm-hmm.
That place is awesome. I went there the first night I landed in Orlando. David calls, he texts me and says, "Where are you guys?" I said, "We're walking to a hotel now." He's like, "Dump your gear off and meet me in the lobby." And we went straight there that night.
Nice.
And it was our whole management group. And then when I went back for Hello Scream, I went back to that place by myself because I needed decompression from you crazy people.
You missed us.
I did, but I needed a day just to decompress halfway through. So, I mean, what are some of the highlights of your, that inaugural year for you? For Dark Horizon now.
yeah, back at Dark Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. I've done 2 inaugural years.
Yeah.
No, just the feeling of being a performer again, I think was the biggest highlight, and knowing that I can be a performer. Because like I said, from that audition when I was 13, I had that roadblock in my head of if I could do it, if I could actually go out and be a character in front of people. And, there were some nights it was a struggle because they had the tear up kind of thing that they were trying to do, which guests would bring you a scroll or something and you would read it and you would have to give them like a little monologue kind of thing to go along with like where your character was from. And the first time that a guest brought me one, I was like, yeah, this is great. Here we go.
This is the first time I've ever heard about that.
Really?
I was not aware of that.
It was kind of a mess for a little bit because the communication between the performers and the people in charge wasn't quite there. So a lot of the performers didn't know what to do. And it took a couple of emails out to everyone of like, okay, so like if someone brings you this is what you need to do, or this is where you need to send them. And by, the last like 2 weeks, we had it nailed. We were doing great.
Yeah.
It took a minute.
Gotcha.
That's actually a really cool concept though.
Yeah. The idea is cool. It integrates more.
Yeah.
It makes the people feel more immersed.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is cool. And I've honestly, I was really bummed when I wasn't able to be brought back for like a weekend. because
We
it
were
was running simultaneously with Dark Harbor, and I needed to be out here in Long Beach to help run that event. I tried, but I was told, well, we need you here at Long
It
Beach.
kind of sucks because you kind of need to guide them on actual turf
Well,
in
we
a way
we we
too.
trained on the grounds.
No, I know that, but
Yeah,
you
we
didn't
were
train with
lucky.
actual guests. So you
No.
like your other specialty is to watch interactions with guests and to give them
Yep.
tips, and not being utilized in that sense. Not that it hurt you guys. Obviously, you did fantastic from what I hear, but it just training wise, it would make sense. But yeah, you were here at Dark Harbor, so
Yeah. So let's backtrack a little bit and talk about your actual slider training. How was it something for you? Obviously, it was brand new because you didn't know what it was, which I was shocked. Or like, I have no idea what I'm getting into, and that was one of the first things you said to me. Like how the training itself, like how hard was it for you to pick up the actual art of sliding? I say art. I don't really call it a sport. I call it an art form.
That's fair.
You
I
know,
like
but
that.
yes, a lot of people call it a sport. I just think it's more of an art.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a sport.
It's closer to dancing than a sport, I think.
Right.
It's an
Um,
art form. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like I picked up the act of sliding fairly quickly, but the training, I was so dead. I remember the end of it, I could barely stand up after one slide, and I would just lay there for a while and then like roll to somewhere where I could like shimmy up. But the sliding, it was a lot of fun, and I know when we started trying tricks and stuff, that was definitely a step because I was already pretty sore and I was trying to do like spins and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we had that one little patch when we took breaks. Jeremy, you
Yeah.
had this one little patch that was faster than the old ghost town streets.
Mm-hmm.
And we would take breaks there and just kind of play around and then go back to actual training. And that's it. Seriously, it was probably like 30 feet long and maybe 15 feet wide?
Yeah. And the worst part is when they set up the houses, the exit to one of the houses was right at the end of that. So you had like a wall and an exit right at the end.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pretty sure we all ran into the wall like at least once throughout the run.
Usually
But
there's a stopping point.
a little bit, yeah. It worked.
Yeah. It's hard not to gravitate to a spot like that because it's so slick.
Yeah.
The ground on that property was definitely not conducive. Like I blew through 2 sets of caps.
Damn.
And I didn't even slide as much as they did. And I blew through a complete pair of pads.
That was nothing compared to SeaWorld though. That ground
True.
actually, ooh. I couldn't find all of my gear, but I wanted to show you.
Please
Like,
do.
I don't know if you can really see.
Oh no, we can see that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like,
Holy crap.
it was
Literally.
so bad. I wish I could find my steel toes because it's literally just like that left.
A big
That's
hole.
all. Like the whole top of it is gone on both of them.
Wow.
How many pairs
Yeah.
of steel toes did you go through?
Luckily I managed to go just through 2 pairs.
Wow.
Yeah, I really kind of like weaned them for as long as I could. Tried like
2
sliding
pairs.
on like different points of my toes.
Yeah. That's even heavy for doing one run. Like I know Ben, one of your slide mates, he went through a pair of steel toes, Jeremy, during training.
Wow. Heavy
Yep.
feet, huh?
Not really. The ground was pretty bad.
Wow.
So I know we totally jumped ahead because we're still on Dark Horizon and
Yeah.
Ben's from
Yeah.
Hello
That's
Scream.
fine.
Yeah. See what I mean? We go back and forth. So after your first, the end of your first season, what was your thought process? Like, I'm going to go back to audition for this again? Or were you thinking I'm going to take a break, go somewhere else?
Oh no, I was down to keep sliding throughout the rest of that year. So
That's good to know. Did you though?
I busted out the knee pads like twice after
That's
that.
the rest of the
No.
year, not.
It's
So,
hard.
well,
It's hard when you're busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
You know, I
is.
had that job at Disney and
Yeah, exactly. So after that, I don't know if you guys had any kind of banquet or whatever, but I mean, I know like you guys stayed in touch with me during the course of the run. You guys all did pretty well, but after that, okay, what was that? That was 18? 19,
2018.
18. No,
Yeah. Because COVID was 2019.
no, COVID was
2020.
2020, dear.
Was it 2020?
Yeah, actually, it was 2018. I remember now because in 2017, I lived in Boston. 2018 was my first year at Dark Harbor, and then 2019, I was sent out to train you guys. It was 2019.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember that. And
I
then
have no concept of time, so I believe you.
To be young again.
I know. So, okay, 2019 ends. You had a good season. 2020 hits, a few months in, COVID hits. What was your thought process? Were you like, oh shit, are we going to do haunts, or was that something in your mind, or
Oh, no, it
everybody has a
definitely
different
was.
kind of realization of it?
Yeah, no, I was pretty heartbroken because I knew that the haunt season was probably out. I mean, Horror Nights was already like talking like they weren't going to do anything. So I knew that there was no chance of Dark Horizon making the trek all the way back over,
Right.
So I was trying to like figure out if I needed to do other means of Halloween stuff.
So did you and Victor do anything haunt related for 2020, or you just took the year off?
We just took the year off. We quarantined and drank a lot of alcohol and made a lot of food and did stunts in our house. And that was it. We trained and drank for about a solid year.
Trained and drank.
Yep.
Trained and drank.
Good combination.
Okay.
It was
So you
great.
train, and everything you just burned off, you put back on with
Right.
booze.
But if you had a couple of drinks in you, the stair falls went way better.
Oh, you're talking about training stunts. God.
Yeah, stunts and fighting, stuff like that.
The thing is, I have seen a couple of these things where Victor decides to get hit by her and he falls down the stairs in the house.
That's awesome.
Did I ever send you the video of me hitting him with the car?
No.
Yeah, one day we're hanging out and he's like, "Hey, will you hit me with the car?" And I was like, "I will definitely hit you with the car. Yes, let's go." So I've sent it.
Yeah, you need to send that because I want to see that. That's funny. And it doesn't surprise me because Victor's personality, and not Jeremy, just to give you a visual, this guy's like 5'2", 5'3", and he's stout. You know what I mean? He's got shoulders like this wide, it seems like. He's a little scrapper.
Nice.
So, okay, so pandemic is still going on and 2021 comes around. And when did you start thinking about, okay, what am I going to do for, haunt season? I mean, did you start thinking about that when 2021 came around, like when things started opening up, or?
I didn't. I was more focused on I don't have a job and I don't know what I'm doing with my life. So my parents were really nice and offered us to come and stay with them. And so we moved back up to Georgia and I got a job at Tractor Supply for a while. So I did.
Are you still working there?
No, I quit.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly because we've been having a lot of film stuff pick up. So we've been able to make more money off of that and driving Uber around Atlanta.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good for you.
That's cool.
Yeah, really happy I got to drop that.
Do you want to go ahead, Jeremy?
I would say the stunt work that you guys are doing is for films.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Vic just did one project. He got to ride like some motorcycles for a film. I can't like say too much past that, but
That's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
and
NDA,
then-
you can only say so much.
Yeah. We've been staying really busy with just background work. a lot. Like
Mhm.
it pays the bills and gets us on film sets. So
You
it's been
can,
fun.
Good.
you can talk to people.
Exactly. And we've made a lot of connections doing that.
Yep, it's the
That's
way to do
good.
it. It's about who you know.
Exactly.
This is a perfect transition because I was just going to ask you if you wanted to touch more on your acting and stunt work stuff. And
Well,
now
let's
we're
talk
rolling
about
into that.
SeaWorld. Then we can get into that.
This guy, he's like, we're just going to go right past your acting and stunt stuff.
No,
right
we
to-
won't go past it because that's what she's doing now. Let's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's talk
Let's
about,
talk about the past and the present and the future.
let's talk about SeaWorld.
Okay. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so SeaWorld Hallow Scream comes up.
Woo!
And how did you find out about that? The auditions for that?
A little bird told me that SeaWorld was thinking about having sliders.
Uh-huh.
And then I got a text from Jordan, and he was like, hey, if SeaWorld were to have sliders, would you like to come audition? And I was like, definitely, sign me up. I'm already packing my bag. Let's go.
You're like, I'm ready. I'm moving back to Florida for that,
Yeah.
for the time
And
being.
literally, I came down and then I just couch surfed for the whole run. So
Really?
Nice.
yeah, I
Damn.
stayed with one of my friends that she has a horse farm about 45 minutes away from SeaWorld.
Okay.
And I stayed with her for a good bit of it. And then I actually stayed with Vic's mom for most of it, slept on her couch.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So Victor
So Vic's
didn't
mom
do,
lives in Orlando or Florida.
What's up?
Vic's mom lives out there?
Yeah, she lives in Champions Gate area.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay, so you get the confirmation, new auditions coming. You know, you go out there. What was your thought process for that one? Was it the same as when you went into Dark Horizon, or was it feeling a little bit different?
Not gonna lie, I was a little cocky. I showed up with my bag and I was like, psh, I already got my knee pads. I'm already ready. Let's go.
you felt like a veteran.
Yeah. I didn't feel like a baby slider then, you know?
But yet you still call yourself a baby slider.
Yeah, well, I'm still learning.
That's what.
But in that moment, I felt like the hot shit walking in. So it was good.
Until you saw other people that you worked with that walked in.
Oh, no, I liked them. So it was good. Except for Keenan.
Oh, dude, Keenan, if you're watching, she just called you out, bro. She don't like you.
No, Keenan's cool.
So talk about your experience there and the team. I know what happened, but I want you to explain your experiences for other people to understand.
I felt so much closer to this group, and I don't know if I just had more time. I wasn't as stressed for working 2 jobs, or if it was just a genuine better connection with this group of people.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, I have made some of my absolute best friends from SeaWorld. Like, I have a best friend bracelet from 3 of the other people. So
Who dat?
What?
Who dat?
Felicia, Courtney, and Keenan.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We had to do like a little something, because we would have what we called parking lot parties. After a night, we would get Taco Bell and go and sit in the parking lot till like 5 a.m. and
Nice.
just bullshit.
Jordan too, or he's like, dude, I gotta go home.
Jordan came by like a couple of times, but really it was us 4 that were always out there hanging out, just shooting the shit.
Taco Bell though, how come you guys didn't go to Wawa?
Taco Bell was convenient. It was right across the street. Well,
But so was
Wawa was right
Wawa.
across the street too, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, it was next door.
You're right.
So
I don't
Jeremy,
know.
just to fill you in on Wawa, it's a place. It's like a liquor store, but you go in and they have this monitor that you can choose food off of, dope ass sandwiches, blended coffees, all this stuff. And I used to go there every day after our
So good.
training days, and I'd go and get a sandwich and blended coffee.
Nice.
It was so good. So
They have
good.
the best quesadillas.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Wawa's,
huh?
Yeah, Wawa.
Yeah.
It's a weird name. I'm like, they're like, I go, where's a good food place around? They're like, Wawa. I go, what the hell is Wawa? I was thinking like Wawa Grill.
It
And
sounds
I go,
like
no,
it sounds like
it's
a fish taco place, like almost like our
Wahoo's.
Wahoos.
Yeah, like Wahoo's. Yeah. So okay, compare the experiences between Dark Horizon and Dark Harbor. Like, I mean, you can start wherever you want. You want to start from the training or just go through the course of the run and whatnot. Obviously, you've made some really good friends through SeaWorld, but talk about that.
Yeah, no. As far as like the training and audition process went, the training was, I mean, you got it down to an art form by then, I think. And it felt like I don't want to say military, but like it actually had like a format,
Yeah.
And every day you came in like with a lesson plan, and that was really cool to see and work through.
Yeah.
And I felt like my sliding itself was better, and it obviously like also more experience, but like looking at pictures of me sliding at Dark Horizon, and you can almost see like I wasn't too solid, and then looking at videos and stuff of me sliding at SeaWorld, and I look so much more confident, and my slides are so much more solid and precise, and I really like that.
More threading the needle.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely had more like close encounters, I guess, and more confidence going up to the guests, especially that first night. Like I said, I was cocky going into SeaWorld. So
You took more chances.
for sure. And it paid off. I got some really good scares there.
Nice.
Well, just to elaborate a little bit on what she's talking about how things were going with training, like Jeremy, I already told you, but for the viewers, anytime I needed a drill, I need an example of a drill being done when I didn't feel like doing it, I had her do it. I said, okay, I need you to do this. And then I had everybody else duplicate it.
Nice.
Like, okay, now do what she did, and the biggest thing is like for me on this side, like, and Aidan, I think you can speak to this too, is like the entire group as a whole was pretty open to learning, doing what it needed to continue to get better at it. So they were ready to go by the time I left, for opening night.
For sure. And even after you left, I know they had one more training, and then during the run itself, we would still do our warm-ups, and then we would go out and work on different things that, like, Felicia was wanting to get better at the 360 spin. And so we would go out there before the run and work on that a little bit. Courtney wanted to learn how to jump, and so she would go out there with Keenan and learn how to jump. Like, it was a lot of fun.
That's
a lot
great.
a lot of people wanting to be better sliders, and that was really cool.
That's awesome. The thing is too, Jeremy, too, is like as in Dark Horizon, Aidan was one of, I think, 3 people that have never slid before come any auditions.
Nice.
The same thing happened going into SeaWorld. I think it was 4 people. It was Felicia, Casey, Courtney, and Ben. And then Kyle came in after I left, and Jordan got him up to speed, gave him the basics on it. But those people had never slid before. It was crazy. I don't know what it is. If it's something in the water, the learning curve in Florida, they tend to grasp it a lot quicker than out here, at least in my experiences with training people. Instead of having to go over something 5 or 6 times, it's like 3 times, 2 or 3 times maybe.
Nice.
So it worked out pretty good. So after I left, you guys got started. Talk about the event a little bit and your experiences and how everything worked out with the team and whatnot.
Going from Dark Horizon, which I said, was kind of a lawless land. We were given a lot of free reign, to a actual, theme park that has rules and regulations, and they wanted things done a bit more contained.
Mhm.
I guess I could say. And that was a bit of a culture shock in a way because, like I said, I had a lot of free reign at Dark Horizon and, we had fun, we did our jobs, but here it was much more,
Structured.
structured and technical,
Gotcha.
but it was fun, especially once we got into a groove of things and how they wanted the scares done. It was good. It was a lot of fun. The worst part was the ground and just how much it tore everything up. I don't know if you slid on that ground with new spark pucks at all, but
I did when we made the foot pucks into hand pucks.
yeah. I did it with like one of the round pucks.
Uh-huh.
And my first slide with one, I knew it was going to do it, but I guess I wasn't actually prepared for it. And I went to slide prone and my hand hung up and I spun around so fast. Luckily, like I wasn't near anyone because I was like, I'm going to give it a go over here where there's no one first. And it caught on one rock and I just spun all the way around. I was like, okay, we're going to have to work this out a little bit.
Yeah. Did you eat shit or did you kind of catch yourself on the spin?
I caught myself, but it was quick.
That's
It's
crazy.
a good thing you spun and your hand didn't just drop out on you and you smash your face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that would have been really
That sucks.
really bad for me. Yeah.
It's not fun.
No.
The ground was a big adjustment. I know they made it work from all the
Yeah.
all the IG stories and pictures you guys tagged me in. It was cool to see that. I'm like, okay, they're working it out. That's good.
Yeah. By the end, a lot of the places that like we were worried about during training had gotten waxed up enough and just used enough that they were actually really good places to slide. Like even in the center of the circle, it was that kind of rough stuff that you were like, don't ever slide on that.
Yeah.
It actually got to where you could do decent, like not big slides, like 5 foot maybe.
Yeah.
Like short slides, but like they were still good slides.
Yeah. Short, quick, like pop stops.
Yeah.
type of
Yeah.
thing.
And then around the outsides, you could like go forever. So,
Oh, on the pea gravel out there.
yeah.
How did that new walkway they put in turn out for you guys through the course of the run? Did it get smoother or faster?
It definitely got smoother. There were still a couple of spots that we just learned to avoid,
Right.
but for the most part, it was good. It was really good. The most fun though were the bushes. And
The bushes.
the bushes
Which
were
ones,
so
though?
much fun. Not the sliding, the bushes.
Oh, okay.
No,
Yeah.
you could hide in the bushes so well that no one could see you, and then you just jump out into a slide and people would shit themselves. It was fantastic.
Nice.
Literally shit themselves too.
Yeah. No, I had one lady, she said she peed herself and she kind of sat like in the squat fetal position for a long time, so I believe her. So
I just peed.
yeah, it was
That
great.
is funny. Well, I mean, you can hide because after I saw your costumes, I saw you guys had shrubbery and stuff in your hair.
Oh, there's shrubbery everywhere.
So you guys could sit there with your head sticking out of the bushes and people wouldn't recognize you.
We did.
Why am I not surprised? Am I not surprised?
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
So with that whole team, everybody, I'm just asking because I like to know. It's like everybody made it through the entire run, right?
Yeah, actually, everyone made it. We were all exhausted, emotionally and physically. Especially, I feel like the tougher ground was worse on our bodies.
Oh yeah.
Like, I know I definitely was more sore at SeaWorld than I ever was at Dark Horizon. And I think it was just the ground and just how rough it was. But no, we all did it. There was a lot of icing after we got done and
yeah.
a lot of stretching. But it was good. SeaWorld was really good about providing like foam rollers and biofreeze stuff
Oh,
like
this
that.
looks amazing. Biofreeze is
Yeah.
amazing.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they bought us this giant pump bottle of it, which I've never seen a biofreeze that big. So that
Yeah,
was
that's what
fantastic.
athletic trainers get.
It was great.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure we used all of it by the end, but we made it.
That's
Nice.
good. I mean, and from what I understand, nobody had any major injuries.
No, I think everyone was good. I feel like Keenan hurt himself, but I feel like he's always hurting himself. So
Yeah, that boy always
Yeah.
does something to hurt himself. Yeah, I just said
Yeah.
that, Keenan. I just said.
No, everyone was good. It was a lot of fun.
Good. So, are you thinking maybe doing it again this season?
Definitely. I'm thinking though about checking out a couple of places up here in Georgia,
Mhm.
and just because it's closer.
Oh yeah, for
And,
sure.
Yeah, see what I can do there. But it could be that I end up in Florida again. We'll see.
I think there's a Cedar Fair company park out there, a Cedar Point company park, the company that owns Knott's.
Oh, okay.
I can't recall. I could be wrong. Maybe I want to say Carowinds. I don't know if that's in Georgia or not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Where in Georgia are you?
I'm about an hour and a half south of Atlanta.
So she's in the sticks. He's looking.
Yeah,
up right now.
I am in the absolute sticks right now. We're trying to move closer to Atlanta, but apartments are crazy right now, and we got evicted from our other apartment. So
How far are you? So you're
Sucks.
How far are you from Gwinnett? Gwinnett County? I guess that's what it's called. You should go check out Netherworld.
There you
oh
go.
yeah, I've heard of Netherworld. I've heard
That's
it's
a big
really
one.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to be a customer of ours, and they've been around for years.
Yeah, they're good too.
and-
Now, he's a customer of Rib Effects too. My cousin.
Yeah, he
My
buys
cousin's effects company.
he buys from everybody.
Yeah.
Ben's dope, and you should go check him out.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
they're
definitely will.
huge, fucking huge haunt, and I
Yeah,
don't
if you
know
wanna-
if they have sliders, but
As far as I know, they don't. But
it
Hey.
doesn't mean that
yeah,
he's not down to check it out. So
Yeah, maybe I'll start a little Georgia sliders.
that'd be
Yeah.
dope. Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
Offer Scott some beer and pizza to come train us. Because
beer and pizza. You like that? Beer and pizza.
that'll work,
I
right?
think that's a bit too much. Just the pizza.
Just a beer. No pizza needed. Training and drinking. Not.
It's the process, I'm telling you. You
Yeah.
drink so you don't get sore.
Theoretically, you don't get
Well,
sore, but
yeah.
when the drunkenness wears off, you're in pain.
If that's the case, you have to drink the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you just have to kind of keep that numbness going.
Well, how like after you started training again, how long did it take you for the soreness to actually go away after the first day? Like days?
yeah, probably like 4 days.
So
Before you're like, okay, I'm good.
Yeah, and at the time I was living on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex.
Oh
so,
shit.
dang.
Yeah, so I had to walk up 3 flights of stairs.
With all your hunt
Everything
gear.
afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's painful.
it was awful. I cried a few times, I'm not gonna lie. You know,
Yeah.
crawled into my door.
That's the caveat though. It's like the training, there's so much for them to learn that it needs to be covered, that it's impacted too. So we got to push through everything and they got to work harder. So a lot of people were so sore they couldn't walk. There's some people I'm like, okay, you're taking today off because they were that sore. I go, all you're going to do is stretch when you feel you can, when the team stretches, you stretch, and that's it. So, but clearly it paid off for you guys, right?
It definitely did. And keeping the calisthenics and stretching throughout the whole run
Yeah.
definitely helped with our soreness throughout the run.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
key, not even just for sliders, but for being a character in general, because you do so many weird movements, and you activate muscles you didn't know you had,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and doing that, you don't stretch, you're going to be sore as hell.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
none of you guys have ever have ever experienced having to stand in a 3x3 box. I always say that because that's how I started. My first year working at an amusement park, I was in a 3x3 box and I didn't move.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that sounds awful.
It sucked.
It's very awful.
And it was a ride too. It wasn't even a maze. So
yeah, you had it worse
the
than
traffic was timed.
Ugh.
Yeah. So it was pop scares and that's it. I couldn't really interact.
Yeah, no, I definitely got lucky just jumping into sliding. For
Well,
sure.
you were a good student. I will say that.
Oh, thank you.
Good student.
So tell us more about your stunt work.
Yeah. And what you're doing today.
It's still growing. But I've been doing some wrangling work for The Walking Dead. I did that for a little bit, working with the guy that does all the animal wrangling and horse wrangling for it. And then just training and getting out there. I got to be a stand-in not too long ago, which was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So with that being tied in with, doing that stuff, I mean, are you still doing horse training too? Because I know you said you did that and you rode professionally and whatnot.
I am. My family has 3 horses out at my parents' place right now. And I actually just recently started offering lessons again. So I've had a couple of students come out and, just basic riding. I can get you up there, tell you what it's like to be on a film set with a horse and the protocols and what to expect when you're riding a horse for a film. And yeah.
Oh, wait. So it's your lessons are based for people that are moving into film, not just standard lessons? Or is it standard lessons you incorporate it?
More standard lessons and I incorporate film stuff. It depends on who's coming out. If they just want to learn how to ride, I can teach them that. But mostly it's been stunt people that come out. And
Gotcha.
So they want to learn, what it would be like a stunt day with a horse.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Because it's tying in 2 passions.
Yeah.
In one, and that's pretty legit.
Yeah, I'm
you
definitely
never know. You may end up teaching somebody, and then all of a sudden you're working on set with that person that you taught.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, well, what else is going on with you? It's been a while. So, I mean, I just, what's going on with your real life outside of the haunt world? I know this is a lot of haunt based stuff, but we like hearing people's, lives, whatever you want to talk about in the real life when you're not being spooky, scary. Oh, wait a minute. We got to stop for a second because we got to touch on your haunt name. What is it and where did it come from? You got to give us a backstory on it.
All right. So she actually has a pretty extensive backstory. So Patrick, who, wrote all the stories for Howl Scream, one of the nicest people I've ever met in my life. He helped us with all our characters and helped us. He told us to get an idea together and then we all came up with these very dramatic stories for our characters and he loved it. So we went with it. But mine is Tin-Toed Suzie and they call her Tin-Toed Suzie because she has more or less 10 toes and she was raised. What?
Doesn't everybody have 10 toes?
Exactly. That's the joke, Scott. That's the joke. You get it.
Oh, God.
But anyways, so she was raised by pirates and one day she was caught by the Navy and she was forced to work on a Navy ship. And while they were sailing, she said, "Hey, we shouldn't go into these waters. There's sirens." And they didn't listen to Tin-Toed Suzie. And so the boat got dragged down by the sirens. And that's how I ended up at Howl Scream.
Okay. So explain what the sirens are.
Ooh, the sirens. So there's a lot of different sirens. The main one, I feel like I'm getting quizzed now.
The main one. A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. Patrick, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But I honestly can't remember the main one's name now. But they all come from different places. There was one, she was kind of like the fire siren. One was the swamp siren. One was kind of like a vine siren kind of thing. She had like a house of vines and gardens and stuff. And it was really cool how they did it. Actually, we had 3 sirens when you first walked into Hallow Scream that were up on scaffolding, and they would dance and like draw people in, and then we would, you know, slide in front of them and like scare the people away from the sirens. It was really cool. There were so many aspects of Hallow Scream that I just loved. It was really, really well done.
The idea of the sirens I thought was really cool too.
Yeah.
A lot of them, I don't know if all of them did, but a lot of them wore silicone masks, Jeremy. I think they were from Immortal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And they looked legit.
Yeah.
Legit. So
No, I think those were the ones for like the dance show, who were kind of more the face sirens.
gotcha.
And yeah, they looked really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool. The makeup team was on it. It was fun.
Yeah, I saw, you know how I told you guys I had a little spy over there?
Yes.
You guys find out who it was?
Was it the makeup girl?
Yeah.
I love her.
Nicole.
Yes.
I don't know if she told you, but she was my problem child.
No.
Yeah. So it was a long time ago. It was back in early 2000s. I was her boss for an event that we did that will go unnamed. But yeah. So, okay, I know I got to touch on this because once we started talking about sirens, it made me think of something. So the incident that the park had with the front gate catching on fire, I don't know if you can talk about that or not, but I saw videos on it. I was like, what the hell is happening?
I think I'm not supposed to, but it was
Okay.
crazy. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
was
all I
crazy.
saw
It
was
handled.
yeah, all I saw was something happened, like something was burning by the front gate. Like
No,
half of the
it was the front gate.
well, there you go, the front gate. I was like, ooh, what?
Yeah. No, it was wild, and they handled it. The most ironic part to me was 2 hours before it happened, Hollow Scream made a tweet that was it had a picture of the front gate, and it said, "Come to Hollow Scream, enter if you dare." And then it caught fire, and I just thought it was ironic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was, but it was handled really well, and it got put out pretty quickly.
Cool. I just saw it. I was going, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was thinking, I'm hoping everybody's okay. You know, nobody's hurt.
Yeah, nobody got hurt. No guests, no workers, nothing like that. Jordan, his fireman, kicked in and he jumped to action. So
Of course.
of
Good old
course.
Jordan.
I stood on a rock, so I helped a lot.
That's funny.
Okay, so I know we kind of got off track, but Suzie Ten Toes, all right?
Mhm.
There's just this. It's a name of sarcasm, Suzie Ten Toes, because she's got 10 toes, type of thing, and it
Yeah.
just plays into the whole thing, which is no surprise to me that you named something like that. Did
Yeah.
your character at Dark Horizon have a name too, or no?
You know, I feel like she did, but I think it was like Straps or something like that, because I had my
Bootstrap something?
yeah, something like that. I can't completely remember. That was a very undeveloped character, but
Well, it was your first year, so you're still trying to get your feet wet. So,
yeah.
I mean, that's understandable.
But Ten Toed Susie definitely came out, especially Courtney and I. We would team up a lot,
Uh-huh.
and we would build off of each other, and we would stand in this alleyway where people had to walk through, and we would just heckle people kind
Mhm.
of while sliding at them. And it was so much fun just working with her and building into a bigger and bigger character
Hmm.
until, people just got scared and ran away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it seems like, oh, I think I just heard Victor walk in the door.
Hey. Do you want to come say hi? Well, come say hi.
Don't be an ass. Just say hi.
was on
Look at him.
set
Look at
for
him trying to be
14
all sneaky.
was
Hey,
on set
Victor,
all
what's
the
up? Say hi to my
time.
buddy Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Good. How are you, man?
Yeah, hanging in there.
Yeah, he left at like 5 this morning and just got home.
Oh
Damn,
wow.
dude.
Yeah, long day.
Is he still playing? Oh, no, I was gonna say, is he still playing pirate? But you guys don't live in Florida anymore.
A bit of a drive.
Yeah. So, question: with the people on that team, did it turn out to where people were breaking off into pairs? You guys were still the slider team as a whole, but were you guys breaking off into pairs or groups and working with each other predominantly, or are you just kind of intermixing with people?
A little bit of both. Like, we definitely had people that we felt stronger with. Like I said, you know, Courtney and I were able to bounce off each other. At the end of the night, Jordan and I had like 2 spots that we would go by the exit and kind of bounce people back and forth off of each other. But for the most part, we really worked well together. All of us just kind of flowed, and even like, you know, if there was an overlap of someone coming out and the other people coming in, you know, we were able to kind of play off and work off of each other so that the exchanges went really well.
That's good.
Yeah, no, it was a fantastic team for
That's
sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's good to hear.
Mhm.
You know, because I never got a full rundown on you guys. Really, you know, I mean, I got to see you guys work, but now I got a full rundown.
Yeah, no, it was great. I don't think there's a single person there that I wouldn't work with again. Maybe not Keenan, but
Bro, Keenan, that's like the 4th time she called you out, dude. I think we have a problem here.
Well, see, now we got to get Keenan on and hear his side, her side.
You know, the funny thing
whoever it
about
is.
a little side note, Keenan is actually an ex Carnival talent from here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he's a Orange County transplant, and so is Jordan. Jordan's an Orange County, California.
Yeah.
Transplant.
I remember you mentioning Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
So we had
not
2 California boys coming out, going out there and doing their thing.
Keenan. They were smart. They got out of California.
Well, Jordan's been out there for I don't know how many years now. And Keenan, I think probably maybe shortly after that.
And they're both just sitting back laughing at all of us idiots still over here.
Probably. Dude, I got a house. I'm not going to leave.
Well, you've
I
already
already
tried
left
that.
once, remember?
You've already tried that.
Yeah, I left once already and I came back.
Hey, man, houses are hard to come by, so
Yeah.
that's fair.
They are now.
Exactly. So I think it's actually pretty extensive considering you're only, like you said, you're a baby in the industry still, but
I kind
You
of
know.
expect it to be shorter.
yeah, no, we're over an hour and that's great.
Oh, nice.
What do you foresee in the future for you as a character? Are you going to continue doing it, do you think? Or, you know, what do you feel?
I definitely see myself sliding again. I don't see myself ever just being a normal scare actor
Right.
from this point on. You know, like once you get a taste for blood, like you want more.
Right.
And so I can see myself trying to find somewhere here in Georgia, or maybe going back down to Florida if, you know, SeaWorld or Horror Nights picks up sliding. You know, I can see myself back down there or finding something up here. But either way, I'm probably going to slide this coming season.
So I'm sure at some point I'll be coming out your way again.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, there's nothing slated, but I'm sure I'll end up seeing you again. Who knows? Maybe another event somewhere. You know,
Maybe in
So-
Georgia.
maybe. You never know.
Well, email Ben Armstrong from Netherworld.
For
Yeah.
sure. Ben Armstrong.
Yeah, Ben Armstrong. He's the owner.
Okay.
Hit him up and just kind of make an introduction and just tell him, hey, you know, I'm moved here. I'm from. Sorry, I don't know if you guys heard my
The kids.
Yeah, just tell them that you're from you're from Orlando. You did these 2 events. You were trained by not that I don't know if it'll matter, but you can always kind of bring up Scary Farm Slider trained you or whatever. You never
Yeah.
know.
Anything's
Yeah.
possible.
I don't know
No,
if he
it's-
does slider.
I don't think he does, but you never know. You might be, I don't know. I don't know if their area is conducive for that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
From
I
what I
mean, the worst
understand.
he can say is no.
Yeah.
So,
That's it. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
But he's a smart guy. He knows he's been in the industry for years. He pretty much runs the haunt industry in Georgia.
Heck
He
yeah.
has the biggest haunt. So I think a scare tactic, and if he can get someone that knows the tactic and can do it well, then I don't see why he wouldn't. But you never know.
Yep.
Man,
No, it's definitely worth a try.
Yeah, it is. Victor, you too, dude.
Victor.
I said you too. You got to get back into being scary slider guy too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's another natural, Jeremy.
He's like, nah, I'm just gonna get hit by cars.
yeah, we heard about that. So Jeremy, you remember I showed you a video when we were doing training at Dark Horizon, and I had this guy doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
It's him.
Oh,
It's
okay.
him.
I'm that guy.
Nice.
I'm
Nice.
like, this ain't pirates, and he kept doing cartwheels.
I was trying to stay awake, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's all good, dude. I know you had a long day, but I wanted to see your mug because I haven't seen you in forever.
It's a
You
good
know.
one.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, you too. I think we're at an ending point here, Aidan. But before we do that, is there any of your social medias that you want to plug and maybe any projects you can talk about that you have coming up? I don't know if you have anything going, but it's up to you.
My Instagram is THT Black Sheep. That's really the only social media that I really push.
Yeah,
So
she's a black sheep, though.
Hmm. it's fitting.
Yeah. So those of you guys that have any direct questions for her outside this podcast, go ahead and give her a shout. Reach out to her there, and I'm sure she'll maybe answer questions. It takes forever for her to get back to me, and I actually have her phone number.
It was like one day that I made you wait one time.
Yeah, one day. I waited over 24 hours.
He sits in the corner and just stares at his phone.
Yeah, like-
waiting.
No one's hitting me back. Why?
Yeah. But I think we'll wrap this episode up here. Aidan, it's good, very good to see you and your boy back there that's lurking. I love it. It's been a long time. We appreciate you coming on and sharing your short story because you're a baby, like you say. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Definitely.
Other than that, folks, thanks for tuning in. Hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. Give us a follow, and Jeremy always gets a kick out of that when I go, smash, smash. And give us a follow. If you have any questions, you can hit us up on our Instagrams. Other than that, adios. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Cheers.
friends.
Later, nerds.